you leave your friends instantly as you get not even into town, like a little bit far away from the center of the town. You already go like, gotta go, and you dash towards the blacksmithing slash leatherworking street. I really gotta come up with a better name for that place.
Should we just call it the marketplace?
Marketplace would be not the crafting place. That would be the difference. There is a marketplace where they buy and sell goods, and there's also a place for all the people who are crafting things. Blacksmiths, leather workers, alchemists.
Craftsman Avenue.
Pretty much. So, you arrive pretty quickly there. And the moment you arrive, several people that were just like doing nothing, several of the blacksmiths that were just looking around, waiting for something to happen, they see you. They a few of them instantly get up. Some of them are a little bit older, take a little bit more. But they all gather in front of the first house of the street, with like smiling, but not an open smile. Basically, trying to hide their smiles, but failing miserably.
How's it going, fellas?
Everything's good. We're being, doing nothing. And what are those? As they point towards the few dismembered parts of monsters you have on your back.
Oh, I bring some more toys to play with. How's mine?
As you ask, like a good 3 or 4 of them look inside of the blacksmith. As one of them, as another one comes from inside carrying. It wasn't like the prettiest thing, but it also isn't just the shell of the snapping turtle. The dragon turtle it was well treated. It no longer has a lot of the. It is a lot more smooth than it was before. They seem to have taken out quite a bit of material from the back of the turtle, so it wouldn't be like 3 times the necessary size. But it is. He's carrying with him basically a hard shell backpack.
Oh, can't wait. Gimme. And then I take it, and I'm assuming it has straps, correct? I start slipping my arms through and just getting a feel for it, start jumping up and down, seeing how sturdy it is. Oh, I love it.
The straps are a little bit less strong than the backpack itself, but there is also one thing. As you see, there's a small leather, basically a belt. If you pull on it, both the straps of the backpack come together, and you can actually move well with it without it jostling around, which would be annoying for someone in a fight, for example.
As he says that, I start tugging on the belt just to tighten it.
And the backpack becomes like glued to your back, basically. Like it doesn't move at all.
Oh, this is perfect. Can it hold anything?
Well, it is a backpack. There's also one thing, as he shows you on the bottom left of the backpack, where one of the it has the shape of a turtle without the, and on one of its back paws there is somewhat of another, like not quite a noose, but a place where you can open basically a hole in the backpack. This is for if you want to use a longer weapon, let's say. A nagnata, a spear, something like that. You can put it through the bag. Easier to carry, easier to mess around, and you can tie it up with the bag itself. How useful is it? We don't know. Probably use some kind of useful thing. You can also put, claws and things of bigger things in there.
Oh, I could find a use for it.
Hope it helps.
All right. Well, here's some stuff from my latest adventure. I got some venom snacks from a giant spider. I have these claws and legs of these weird creatures we encountered on a bridge. I was hoping maybe you guys can. I wanted to make something for one of my friends. Poison throwing daggers with these.
As the one that gave you the backpack seems to be the senior there. It looks at the claws and things. Throwing daggers are usually quite heavy. These are made of chitin, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to make something like that. But we might make it work. But they will be one use each. And with the materials you brought, we can probably make around like 10, 12. If we don't fuck it up.
Whatever you guys can do.
Throwing daggers. As some of them are looking like we can make it serrated, so removing it releases the poison. That's good. As they start like nerding out what they can do with basically the claws. And what kind of spiders did you get the venom from?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I just we fought them in the caves up north. Well, not north, but towards Bell's village, and not really sure.
So we are also not really sure how strong the poison is, and we're not testing it on ourselves. Does that sound fair?
Oh yeah, of course. I don't expect you to know more than I.
But we will be able to talk to the alchemist near here, who'll be probably able to make something. He always uses our services, so we can probably use his.
Sounds great.
And what are your plans now?
Well, now that I got this backpack, it's never really coming off unless I need to. But is there anything else I need to know about it? Can I use it as a shield if needed?
Yes, it is a. You can remember you can always break a shell of a turtle. It will work as a shield, yes, but as any shield, it might break after a while.
Oh yes, of course. Or could I just keep it on my back and just have that extra defense, you know?
That also helps. You can. It probably is the easiest way because we did not make it. You didn't mention it for it to be a shield as well. So we did not make the straps tight enough to be a shield. So, but if you hold it with both hands, you can probably make a shield out of it. Or I don't know. You said you were in the mountains up north, so you could probably also use it to ski.
Oh, I can think of a lot of things I could do with this.
Promises one thing.
What is that?
do tells us when it breaks, because it's going to be wild, and also we did not use as much shell as we thought. We
Oh, so it could be repaired.
replaced, not repaired. These are not what? How can I say this? These are not steel that can be reforged. It is titan that breaks.
Oh, as you mentioned that, I kind of pull out one of the turtleneughs that did break, and I don't assume you could do anything with this.
Remind the DM, how did you guys make this one? What was the monster?
It was the same turtle, but I think they just cut off a single portion of it and then strapped it together with from the leather maker, so that I can make a knuckle from it.
Okay. So, do you think it was worth it to use that one? Also, I thought it would last at least like 3, maybe 4 quests. I think you just went to 1.
I kind of went ham on one of the monsters. Well, we don't have to replace this, especially if now that I know we have extra just in case for the backpack. I just don't know if you guys would need the leftovers or if you guys wanted to reuse any of the pieces.
That is one of the problems with monster weapons. You cannot repair them normally. You can repair the wooden part, you can repair the steel part, but you hardly ever can remake a part of a monster.
Very true.
They are strong, they are worth it, easy to make, and cheap. But, no repairing. Just because if you break a bone and there's nothing to, rebuild it, how do you put it back together,
Yes, of course.
So, with the leftovers of your glove, can we make something out of it? We could make something, but not for you, for more detailed work. Any of your friends is used to detail work, like dealing, basically an alchemist or something like that?
The only one I would know is the same one that I wanted the daggers made for. But if you can make something else as well, that's fine.
Protection gloves. Those need to have small pieces where the hands can, bend. So you use the keratin as a sacrificial material so it doesn't burn your skin. That's actually a good thing.
Sounds great.
Oh, then give those here. And do you remember the monster that you managed to destroy the knuckles with?
I don't even know how to describe it.
That ugly.
Actually, I think it was the same ones that I'm giving you the claws for. I think it was one of the parent ones, and I just came down on it with my left hand, with my left knuckle, and just pretty much broke it on its skull.
Okay. So you're very prone to rage. That is good to know.
Oh, I wouldn't call it rage as much as bliss. I do love a good fight.
Okay, we're gonna have to make everything a little bit more reinforced. Oh, don't worry about it.
Side thing. So may I have the information, or could you possibly add the shell and the wolf bombs that you gave me prior to the sheet, so that I'm not sure how to add it properly?
For the backpack.
Yes, because I know that one of them I have to put on for the global AC modifiers
Mhm.
for just to activate only when my back is turned or when they're striking me from the back.
Okay,
And
I
then
will type that
yeah.
out.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm. So what now? Anyone else you want to visit on the town, or are you going to wait for the mayor, which will arrive not today?
I believe I'm just after you guys. I didn't really have anything else planned. Just waiting to go see the mayor, get some business with him.
You you follow around. As you were talking, as you finished talking, you see Lumi just passing by, going towards the the end of the road and entering an alchemist shop. You're pretty sure that it is a really, really boring conversation. No guns, no fights about. Do you try? Who are you gonna spend time with? We have Navak, we have Bell.
Oh, well, here right now, so I'll probably go talk to Belle for a little bit
Okay. A-
if Belle is available.
As you arrive, it would be the time where they were talking to Gawis and Mortarian vanishes.
Do I see him vanish, or he's already gone by the time I get there?
You arrive a little bit after, and the moment he does vanish, Navak scatters, disappears into the wind, never to be seen before. He doesn't know anyone close enough to do that. Lumi would be already with the alchemist. So yeah, you would have both Astrea and Bell in shock, and Gao is basically telling everyone to calm down and just wait for the mayor.
So not being able to judge the room before I come in because I'm just excited. I'm just like, "Hey guys, what's up? Look at my new shell!" And I jump and turn around, I'm like showing off the shell. Not even sure what everyone's doing in the room yet.
As you do that, Navak walks out, passes you, and gives you a look.
Did I miss something? I kind of just shrug it off, and then I turn back around.
Okay. As you see Bell and Australia in the corner, kind of like sad as hell, and you see Gawis with a worried face for the first time in your life.
The heck is going on?
Long story short, we do not know where Mortarian is.
Have Australia summon him.
That's the issue. She may have lost her connection with him.
What happened between the time we got here and now? I was gone for maybe, I want to say 30 minutes, an hour?
It, it isn't something that happens. I think you know that Australia cannot use magic in her small form.
I've seen Belle get mad at her for it.
Yep. That's one of the worst possible, I want to say, bad things that can happen, which is basically Mortarion no longer being able to physically be around.
But she's done it plenty of times before. Is this just a more troublesome part, or
No,
will he just
no,
eventually come back?
I do not know. And it is basically compounding. Every time she uses a spell, she doesn't have the body to use it. So she takes magic from Mortarion. And dragons are literally magical creatures. They don't even have souls. They are pure magic. And sometimes it runs out.
Sounds pretty serious.
Quite.
Is there anything we could do to help? Help her?
The only one that can help her is the mayor, unfortunately. Or if you know a dragon.
Can't say that I do. Well, we did see one flying first day we were here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the group would want to go and find that one.
That one is not around. I keep tabs on it as much as I can. Completely out of our collective, and that one has already been worn as well. So it will come in around 1 to 2 days, depending on the rush. So what we can do for now is wait and hope. Nice backpack, by the way.
Oh, that news suddenly feels less charming.
Well, hope it helps, honestly. We kinda need it. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you. Do you plan on keeping on working for us after you're done with your side of the job?
Whatever my group decides. I know we have a couple of things that we have to take care of, and myself as well.
Well, I told them I will tell you. We would actually really enjoy you guys still working with us, because this is just an initiative to get, let's say, strong candidates to help everyone with the storms themselves. So all of this is just to get people like the 4 of you, 5 of you, to, you know, basically screening process. Let's say.
I can get that. Well, I'm always going to be chasing the storms, it seems. So, whatever will get me closer.
You get money, you still do your things, and everything goes well. You even get a good Becker. Only good things in your future, hopefully.
I don't know, with the lost Mort, I don't. Doesn't really seem like it's all good things so far.
Oh no, that did not come from us, remember. We're actually trying to help with that. That's the Becker, basically.
Everything's all on this mare.
Yep. Quite the interesting one. Do behave, and don't start a fight. It won't last.
Well, got nothing else to do, and it seems Belle and Estrella need their time alone at the moment, so
How about
just walk
a
around the
bottle of
town.
beer?
Sounds good to me. Can never say no to a free drink.
As he says that, he goes around his table and quickly, and I do mean quickly, leaves and like hugs you to go with him. The moment you're out the door, he says, "Thank you for the excuse."
Not a problem. So, where are we actually headed?
Um, he takes you to a bar, which is close to the what's it called? To the guild hall, and all the time he's with you, the man is just complaining either about the mayor or about the stuff he has to do, which you find out he basically is the single person responsible for all political and economical decisions of the town. So he hasn't rested in probably weeks.
So, the drunker he gets, am I able to pull out just any kind of important information or information that I think would be important for us or anything like that? Or I could use later?
Like, give me an idea of some kind of information you would like. What kind of information would you try to get out of him? Let's say plans of the sewer or something like that, possible quests that you may do. What kind of information you try to get out of him?
Things that need to be done more along the lines of the fighting variety or anything like that. Not like scouting missions or, things that they might have around town that people might not know about. Just
Or
kind of pump him for any kind of secrets that I could get out of him while he's drunk and complaining, since I've obviously learned to handle my liquor better than he has.
I doubt it. He probably has years in advantage from you on that one. But he does.
But I'd like to think.
But he does spill a lot of things. There are some with the storm itself. On to the north of Valkyria, there are several bandit camps that are forming, and using the storms as basically a shield from the law. Same thing is happening in Tapista, where both the city of Fortuna and Tiberius is because they were attacked by an orc army for a while, and the country's defense and military is depleted. So again, a ton, and I do mean a ton of bandits are that way. And not only you get a reward for each bandit you prove you get, you also get all their loot. You don't have to give back anything that they get unless it is a magical item, rare or above. Then you have to present, and it will be decided if you can buy it or you get it for free, or you want to sell it. It's basically like trying to use adventurers as a private army because they have no way to deal with it.
Interesting. Do I know of any of this? Given whatever talks I have had with Lumi, do I know if any of this is near his home? Because I believe he mentioned that she mentioned that she was from the north, and that we might be going that way.
She is from what you remember, she is from Fortuna. Oh my god, I'm taking you guys to Fortuna. No. That is a bad mistake. That is one of the hardest towns. That is literally the hardest town to make. Oh Christ.
Oh, now I want to go there more.
Oh my god. I'm so fucked.
Is there anything else that I could pump out of him, or
Yeah, after a while, he starts complaining basically either about he doesn't have time for his wife and doesn't have and basically he seems to be married to the goddamn mayor for how much time he spends with her. So it comes to a point where he no longer is talking like for real. He's just rambling.
am I able to get any information on on Belle since he's worked with her like the longest?
When you try to prod him about it, he either had praises for her work efficiency or complains that now she has to do both their work. And complaints about 3 different secretaries that came and gone in less than days.
Nothing like maybe he knew of her circumstances in the village and how she was like a chosen one. So like
No
that's why they
idea.
kept her away. Nothing.
Nothing on that note.
Okay. So it was just all happy coincidence.
Yep. For him, he had a really good person working for him. He no longer has it, and he's mortified that he now has to do a lot of work.
Any information on Estrella?
Australia is a different one. He is literally, when you mention Australia, he kind of sobers up and doesn't talk about it. He like, that is a weird one. That's literally the only phrases he uses about Australia. He does not elaborate ever about Australia.
I'll notice the the shutdown and like how he was able to answer and just kind of just leave it at that instead of pushing further.
Mm-hmm. And then he asks you about Navak. What the hell is that Goliath doing here?
You got me. We didn't know. We found him next to a storm, supposedly looking for his tribe. I wanted to set him on fire at one point, but Belle stopped me.
Oh, you guys are starting to bring puppies now. Come on. Now do it. Do not break more strays. It's bad for the health.
Well, from what it sounds like, we need everyone we can.
What if he's with the bad guy?
Then I get to set him on fire, and Belle can't say no this time.
Hey, that is true. But he's a good guy. He spoke to him, he's nice. No fire. Does he have fire hands?
Not that I know of.
Can we give him fire hands?
I think it's enough for you. I'm gonna call the waiter, or if we're sitting at the bar, I'm gonna tell the bartender and just like give him the cut off signal and start carrying him out.
As he like As you're carrying him out, he starts rambling about the side of his head on fire.
Yeah, I think we're done here. Where am I taking you? Where's your home? Before your wife gets mad at me.
The guild hall. I wake up. I work. I go to sleep. I don't leave the building.
Then let's go back. And hopefully the other two are in better spirits if they're still there.
As you come back, neither Australia nor Belle are there. At least not in the... what it called? Not in the room of the guild leader, which is here.
Okay, that's kind of funny. This map reminds me of a map from Dragon Age.
Huh. But yeah, you are actually just, you don't carry him around and just hide her. Where do you leave him? Do you leave him at his table or anywhere else?
Well, I wouldn't want to just leave him at his table. Probably leave him on one of his couches there that I see.
Do I
Wait, are those couches or are those like library, like dresser drawer kind of things?
They're made of wood.
Oh, okay. So then I can't just leave him there. Then yeah, I kind of just put him in one of the chairs, pick up his feet, and put in the other one. Some kind of resemblance of at least lying down instead of sitting up there with his head slunched over on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take off his shoes. Because as a fellow person that drinks, I know it's never good to sleep with your shoes on.
Really? Never had that issue.
I don't know. Just decided to take them off for him.
Oh yeah, I have to warn the people from the... When you said drinking, I figured out I actually have to figure out something about tomorrow, but anyway. Huh. Never thought about that. Yeah, we don't have that here. I'll figure out a way to do it at my house. So, it is morning. The next day we spend going around the places, talking a little bit with blacksmiths, going, sometimes finding Belle and Australia, but they don't seem to be much in a talking mood. And around like 9, 10 a.m., you
Did I
hear.
see how long the daggers and the gloves would take?
You have no idea.
Oh,
But
okay.
from what they told you the next morning, it would take like maybe 3, maybe 4 days, depending on how hard it would be to basically develop the daggers themselves.
Okay. I just wanted to keep track of that as well.
Around like 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., you see Gawain walking around with kind of a sad demeanor. And you recognize that demeanor from far away. He has a hangover. A little more to the evening, after having lunch, which you have for free on the barracks, you end up seeing from a distance a dragon coming over and basically crashing down on the outskirts of the city with full force, going nuts on it, and then out from the smoke you see this. Let me get the thing. Oh, not this one. This one. You see this woman. Oh, didn't appear for the other guy. There you go. Coming out of the shadow of the rubble, and you can even hear from the distance for her telling both Belle and Estrella to follow her into her room immediately.
Oh, that's interesting. Can I run over to the dragon?
There is no dragon. The place is just a crater. But you can actually see some, like, the paws of the dragon that landed here.
So I see a dragon land. Puff of smoke, big crater, but then I see this woman walk out instead.
Yep.
Okay. With Okay. Am I smart enough to try and figure out what just happened, put two and two together? Or I just kind of just like, meh, guess he ran away.
I think you're smart enough. It is not like hidden knowledge that dragons can transform.
Okay. Then after I get over to the crater and notice that everything is just, I kind of want to creep and follow and see if I can listen in to what's happening between the three of them.
As you're following, you try to be discreet. Make a stealth check. Let's see how discreet you are.
15.
Some after a while, like the walk is a little bit long, but after a while, you're pretty sure Belle know that you're there. Passive perception is crazy. And but you keep on following, not minding much. And as you enter the town hall, and the door is left open, do you proceed inside or do you stay outside?
I just stay outside. I know that Belle knows that I'm there, or I could feel it, like you said. So, if she really wanted me to go, then I'd leave, or I'd catch a signal to leave. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit there at the door, just behind it or right beside it, so that you don't see me there.
After like 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, out from the door, you see the same woman. She looks at you, points inside. Your turn, boy.
Me?
Yes, Dag Preston, you. Shall we? And you see Astrea on her shoulder, sitting down with a defeated look on her face.
I gotta figure out how you do that. Then I walk in.
Grandmother privileges, that's all I say. As she walks in front of you, leading you to her room. And when she's like coming closer to enter her room, there is like a pretty big table made of solid wood. She looks at it, looks at the door. She picks up the table and walks with it into the door and puts the table in front of Belle, gets a stack of paper that was on her table, puts it in front of Belle. I believe you know how to do these. As she sits down and motions you to a pretty lavish chair with cushions and everything.
Seems you really know how to keep people in check here.
Well, yeah and no. I cannot have Belle out of my sight, and I cannot leave. And literally, Australia has to be with me 100% of the time, so. Nice to meet you, Mr. Dag. My name is Atlana. I am the mayor of this town, and as you probably have noticed, I'm also a dragon. I'm both the mayor and the patron, something I never wished it to be.
Never would have guessed you
Oh.
coming in like that.
I was sort of in a rush. I blame someone on my shoulder for that. As Australia gets out of her shoulder and goes to her back.
Do I know that the words have changed?
What do you mean? Oh,
That Lumi has changed the words. I can't remember if I was there for that,
you
or
were.
if I noticed.
You weren't there for the change, but you were there for the when he used it after.
Oh, at the gate, correct.
So,
Again, I gotta learn whatever you do to keep her in check.
it doesn't hurt to be me, basically. Privilege of the old ones, let's say.
Well, Miss Old Ones, I've done my end of my deal. I've got some questions for you.
Shoot.
You know him?
Kind of. Not closely, but yes. I did. I employed him for a while.
Pretty vague answers there.
Quite.
What was he here for? I'm assuming it was here or wherever you met him.
Yeah, he was here for working basically, but before the changing of the storms, let's say. He worked for me just like you are working for me. Basically, I employed him for his services, which were just menial adventure work, at least on the beginning. He was quite capable himself.
So how did these find their way back to my family? And I pull out the revolvers.
That is the weird part. He'd never used these, at least in a great, and I do mean a great deal of time. For you, of course. Like maybe 5 years he never used them. 10 maybe. Difficult on the details on that part for me. But Tachi was much more into the arcane arts than these things, and then one day he comes with them and only uses them. Didn't question, not my problem, he was doing his job. But then he met someone, decided no longer to do the dangerous job of adventuring. But the life always calls you back.
Yeah, much like that then. So what happened to him?
From what I can tell, he asked me about... I'm not sure what it was, it's been a few years. But if I'm not mistaken, he's asked me about a dungeon or a creature. I sent him west. More specifically, to the Bloody Mountains. I'm not sure what he wanted to do there. I'm not sure if he was even after the Master Arsenal. I do not remember what he wanted.
Master Arsenal.
Yeah, basically the biggest asshole in the fucking continent. Gathering weapons, magical weapons of all kinds. And I'm not sure if he wanted to go to him or to his mountains, something like that. But he never did come back.
So I'm going west.
If you want to fight him, how old are you again? Mr. Dag?
25 this year.
25? Yeah, I would say he went missing around 20 to 25 to maybe 30 years ago. So I think you may retrace his steps, but I'm not sure you can find it.
Just need to find what happened to him. For mine and my mother's sake.
As Gawis told you, you have our full support on that. I will try to gather more information on him. But it has been 20 to 25 years, so I'm not sure what I can gather for you. But I will try. I will give you plenty of things, and even if you find something about him and something about those guns, you will be rewarded by us. And when I mean us, I mean the town.
Do you think that these can be replicated?
Yeah, for sure. Is it a good idea to replicate them?
No, but there's something that I want to do to modify one.
So yeah, they can be replicated. Yes, I would be careful with that. I have seen the reports about your battle with the what's his face? With the turtle and the egg in the swamp. That compound you're carrying around is quite dangerous.
Well, for the moment, it's only myself that knows the ingredients or how to make it.
I would
Something that
take
was
it
passed
Lumi
down to
also
me.
knows.
Does let me know.
I
I thought I was just doing it on myself with because I had my gun kit and everything else that I needed.
Atlani is
Did I ask
asking.
him? I can't remember now if he helped me make it.
I know people helped you get the ingredients. I'm not sure if you showed anyone.
Yeah, that I remember. I remember getting help getting this stuff, but I don't. Yeah, I don't remember asking Lumi to make anything or put anything together for me. I think that was something that I kept to myself.
From what I could tell, that was pretty. That was a very pretty explosion. It was a mage thing without a mage, which is sort of terrifying. But yeah. Do be careful with those.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think that was your second question. Do you have a third?
Um.
Or should I consider the Master Arsenal as a third one?
Trying to go. Hold on.
Hmm?
I'm looking through the notes real quick.
I'm actually kind of astounded. None of you have asked me much about the storms. No, you guys
Well-
actually have. Astray actually has. Now that I think about it.
Well, I was chasing them because that's the last thing that I was told that by my mother that he was doing. But it might just turn out that he had nothing to do with them other than this Arsenal person.
Well, about the storms, let go. There's one thing that I haven't told you. I have told you that two parties destroyed storms. One of them were, I want to say, subordinates of mine destroyed it. And the other one was the Paladin. Do you guys know of the legend of the Paladin?
I can't say that I do. No.
Bell? Astrea definitely doesn't know. Not her type of story. The paladin, from what we can tell, was a single paladin that was blasted by 20 different gods. 21 if you count the sword. It, because no idea if it's a he or she, but it had the freaking armor with 20 different gems from 20 different gods. By himself or by itself, they managed to destroy one storm. They entered. After 1 to 2 days, the storm vanished, but the paladin also vanished. I don't know. You 4 or 5 are a crazy bunch. You may actually be able to gather one of these stones, or even revive the paladin. Or so they say in the stories.
Sounds more like legends than anything else.
Well, you have a legend in front of you. She serves a legend. Astrea also knows a few of them.
So then some are true. Doesn't mean that all of them aren't.
Most of them are true, young one. Some of them are embellished, yes. But most of them are true.
So you know anything else about these that maybe I don't? I know you mentioned that you've seen him use them. Haven't really seen him use them as much, but
I haven't seen him use it personally because he never went out to hunt with me. But I have read about what they do. And he was terrifying from what I can tell. He once, and I'm not kidding, went alone into I think 30, maybe 40 unit strong bandit camp. He used 2 of those, the 2 in your hand, to come out unscathed from all of them.
hearing these kind of stories puts a smile on my face. But it still
And when I
feels
say
like
unscathed, according to him, they didn't even get close enough to hit him. He just 1 to the head, 1 to the heart, 1 to the head, 1 to the heart, reload, 1 to the head, 1 to the heart, with both hands. Your father was kind of terrified.
I wish that I knew him, but part of me still angry with him.
What weirds me out is that he didn't take them.
That's the problem I'm having as well. So I have something else that I want to speak to you, if we can, maybe in private.
Sure. As she gets up, goes around the table, takes Astrea, looks at her, thinks for a little bit, holds her out from herself and all of you to the other side of the room. Says us something under her breath. You're not sure what it is, and Astrea goes to sleep. As she tucks in Astrea in one of her pockets, Wanna
Oh,
go
I
for
really
it?
gotta learn that.
Oh, that is just a sleep spell. I'm pretty sure some of you have access to it. Lumi comes to mind.
I motion for her to lead the way so that we can speak privately.
As she leaves the room and like two doors forward to the right, she opens the door. I cannot, Belle's situation, and I cannot have her leave my sight. So we will have to stay here, far enough not to be heard, close enough so I can see her.
So, I've heard you've. I'm pretty sure you've heard of the hag
Yes.
so far.
And that is why I'm here.
What have you heard so far?
She's after Belle. I'm having Australia be her bodyguard for a while, and I also have to be near Belle because I can see into that plane normally. That is pretty much it.
Is she a problem right now?
Not for me, no.
I may have a problem with her as well.
What did you do?
During one of our fights, I dropped my weapons, my guns, and I went back for them. Only one of them was missing.
And you made a deal.
I made a deal. The group doesn't know.
How bad is the deal?
She's already found a way around it. Part of the deal was for her not to magically harm anyone anymore in our group. So far, she's found a way around to that one. So I hear Belle is having nightmares.
Yes, they are assholes, but they keep their word.
Not to do sure what to do from there, but ever since I've made that deal with her, just had this strange feeling. I don't know what it is. Just feel like something's changing.
Well, you have to keep up your side of the bargain. She's not truly a fake creature, but she's kind of a fake creature. The deals they make are different than deals that you and I make. They are magically binding. There will be consequences to breaking the deal.
Well, right now the only way for the deal to be broken is for her, or the hag, I should say, to come out, or to tell, or just to show that she has made the deal with me of her own will, or for me to break it myself.
I wouldn't worry about she breaking the deal. Not something they do normally. And what is your side of the deal?
Well, mine was just so that my friends wouldn't be harmed anymore and that I'd get my revolver back. At the time, I was just so
No, what
stricken
would
and
you
worried.
get her? What are our
Oh.
obligations on the deal?
To give her a piece or some of what I kill, to offer it to her, just as the orcs or the goblins that we fought before did.
Doesn't sound that bad.
It doesn't, but I'm worried about Belle.
Oh no. Oh no. It is that bad. You're basically going against the Lefeos. She will get Lefeos for free to experiment on, with no danger to herself.
The what?
The demons from the storm, we call them Lefeos.
Good to know.
That is not good. That is very, very bad.
Well, it's not like she was exactly. She never really said what I had to bring her. She just said, whatever I do kill, to offer some to her.
So every time you kill something, you have to offer it to her. And if you kill some Lefeos, you have to offer them to her.
Essentially. A piece, some. We're never really too direct with the details.
Well, are you good with cleaning stuff?
I keep these pretty clean.
Because do you know of blood magic, young one?
I've heard of its use.
How much is blood from another dimension worth?
I would assume a lot.
I would have no idea.
It's not from your own plane. I would assume that it's a rare commodity, so I would assume that it is a lot.
Yes, just like demon blood, just like angel blood, just like, I want to say fire elemental, but more Djinn blood. The Djinns, I have no idea, but yeah. What can she do with extra dimensional blood magic? Let me ask you better. What can she not do with blood magic from another dimension? One that is clearly stronger than ours.
Anything she wants.
Boy. This will be difficult. I won't break your back for you on that one. I am not dumb enough to try. Is it in the contract that you cannot tell your party about it?
Only that. Yeah. Essentially, that neither of us can let them know. I believe that's how it was.
You better remember it correctly. Because the best thing is, if you keep it to yourself, it is going to go down badly. Transparency is the best policy with your party. But if you're not sure, don't do it. The curse is not something to be trifled with. You may ask Australia about the fake curse when she wakes up. Not something pretty to behold.
More good news.
Come on, we're only getting good news these days. You even found out about your father.
Yeah, I have a history now. And a direction to go. Just whether or not my group is going that way.
Well, it would be on the opposite side of Fortuna, so you now have a choice to make.
I think more so they have a choice to make.
Are you thinking of going alone?
At this point, between my deal with the hag and the information given me, that might just be what I have to do. But I'll talk to them about that.
That would be suicide.
As shown by my father.
Sorry about that, but going alone on these
Yeah.
days is not a good idea.
It never is.
And also,
But
what is the rush? One should not rush when meeting with Master Arsenal. One should not rush while dealing with the storms. Only death awaits you.
Well, for the storms, they don't really interest me anymore. I guess it's just finding information on this arsenal that interests me now.
Remember, I am not sure if you went there, but yeah, might be what you need.
So where do I go now? Where can I find more information on this person? Or being?
I would recommend you talking to other adventurers, especially high-grade ones. Get some coin ready for the information and ask them, especially the high-grade ones, because Master Arsenal collects magic items, and stronger adventurers probably sold them a few.
I was going to assume that's why my father left his guns behind.
If they fell into Master Arsenal's hands, they would never see the light of day.
Starting to put things together. Guess I gotta go earn more money.
I'm a great fountain of money.
Thought I can go after your hordes, though. Whatever work you have.
Oh, my hordes are not doing well these days, I'll say. By the gods. You people bleed me dry. Come on, I had 16 of those.
It's better than bleeding dry yourself.
True. I only have 5 now.
With that, I'm gonna have to call it if that's alright with you.
Okay. That is. And now Atlana is moping.
You had to go early too, right? Because you didn't want to go to sleep too late.
Yep. So
Perfect then.
Yep. I am now doubtful of whatever the hell you guys are going to. I really shouldn't have told you about that Master Arsenal bullshit. Now I have to make 2 difficult places. Also, if you check the map, Blood Mountains are actually also troubled by Tormentas. So good luck with that one. These guys.
Cannot wait. All right, dude. You have a good night. Thank you for this.
Have a good night. See ya.
Bye.
And stop stream.